Another brick fan with a Harry Potter set review. This is Hogwarts Castle, the Dueling Club. This is set 76441. It was released in January 2025. It has 158 pieces, 4 minifigures, and cost about $25 when it was released. This is the second version of the Dueling Club This is the second version of the duel between Harry and Draco from the Chamber of Secrets. I'll put a picture of the original set up top. They both had the same minifigures as well as an action mechanism to topple the loser of the duel. This one I think is actually a little better than the original. And this one is also a little more colorful with some printed tiles, as we'll show you here in a moment. This can be integrated into the Great Hall, or set 76435. Where you just have to take out some of the stuff from, the dining tables that are in there and put that in. And that's why there's maybe this fireplace piece here as well. One other thing to note here is that we do get one of these printed tiles here. So these are the portraits that started coming out last year. I think there's 12 of these in total. They seem to be hard to get. I'm getting a lot of duplicates. In fact, I even got 2 of the same one in a single set. So this is how you can set up the duel itself. So I have Draco and Harry here, both casting spells. These are the larger wands that allow you to connect something to the end. So that looks like we're casting spells at each other. They are using the gem pieces here to represent the spells that are cast. And you notice these little steps over here. If you push one side, what it will do is pop out the loser in this case. So if I'm holding it like this, I can pop Harry right off the side of it. I think the mechanism in here is actually quite well done and a little better than the original one that we had, the original version of this. Of course, we'd have the fireplace in the background there. If you look on the top here, there are several printed tiles. So these are all nicely done with this kind of moon phase or something, just a kind of a decoration that kind of gets larger as we move towards the center. There's this, it looks like this is a cloth that has been done onto the stage because there's this rope, it looks like, holding that on either side. So some very nice printed tiles. Very solid base, very interesting mechanisms inside to make these ends pop off, as you can see there. So that just pushes, this little red tab here pushes that off, and then there's a clip inside where this just clips in. Just a little 2x2 with the jumper plate so that it holds our minifigure in place. It gives that nice action that you saw earlier. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the minifigures. Here are the minifigures from this set. As I mentioned, there are 4. Let's start with the teachers. This is Gilderoy Lockhart and Severus Snape. As you can see, Gilderoy is all dressed in this nice vest here with a gray shirt, gray pants. He is wearing a glove on his wand hand, so you see that there's a gray and a flesh-colored hand here. Of course, a big smile on his face. This cape is really interesting. It's a rubber cape. We'll take a closer look as we move around the figure. Pretty typical Severus Snape here. I think it's very similar to the one we got last year in the potions class. So I believe it's the same figure. The nice thing is it does have the side printing on the arms. Here's that cape for Gilderoy Lockhart, which is nice. It's kind of that rubber material, so it's a little flexible, but at the same time it does hold its shape. I think the first one of those I saw was Doctor Strange's cape. The alternate expressions for these two, here's of course the shocked expression from Gilderoy when Snape ends up beating him in the duel, of course, and there's Snape being angry. So once again, I think this is the exact same Snape figure that we got last year, or we've gotten before. Again, the arm printing there on the side. So 2 nice figures there for our teachers. Let's move on to the next 2. Here are the two students that were dueling. Of course, Draco Malfoy from Slytherin and Harry Potter, both with the short legs. This was year 2, as I recall. You see that they have the larger wands with the ability to put additional pieces on, so you can switch these around, but there's a black one here for Draco and a brown, dark brown one for Harry Potter, and then they have the gems in the satellite dish piece there to indicate that they're casting spells at each other. So we move around the figures. They can just see they're all black figures. Once again, the torso has the green for Slytherin and the red for Gryffindor. Slightly larger opening there on the Gryffindor print. And these are their more regular expressions, I would say. A little smile on Harry's face there and a little smirk on Draco's face. Here's their more serious expressions when they're casting their spells or actually in the duel itself. So there are our 4 minifigures that come with this set. Let's go back and I will give you my final thoughts on the set. Coming back to the set, I think it's pretty well done. It's a nice small set. But interestingly, for the $25 price point, you're getting 4 minifigures, which I think is really nice. So you're definitely getting your money's worth on the figures. There is this little snake here. Of course, you might remember from the movie that a snake was summoned during the duel. Harry spoke to him, which is the first time everybody realized he could speak Parseltongue. Of course, the 158 pieces for $25 puts that price per piece way above 10 cents. But I think having the extra minifigures really makes up for that. So overall, a good value. Lots of nice pieces. So at the $25 price point, I think that makes it a really good gift from the Harry Potter series. There's so many of those that are in the 50 plus category and even into the couple $100 from the Harry Potter series and the bigger sets. Certainly many over $100. Including some this year that came out that were over $100. But regardless of that, I think it's a very nice Harry Potter set, and I think it's a good value. So a good addition to your Harry Potter Lego collection. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Harry Potter set. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy dueling. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to my Harry Potter review playlist up here on the screen.